No F-bombs are armed and they will not be dropped because I shouldn't need them this time. Okay, I think I have thoroughly demonstrated that gun control has failed. It cannot work under any circumstances. I demonstrated that you can make a lower receiver at home, you can make a barrel at home, you can rifle the barrel at home, and you can reload ammo. Okay, so let's put these pretenses to rest permanently. Banning the guns is not going to do any good. So somebody came up with a different idea. Let's ban the ammo. Now, this is actually back in 2017, I believe. Let's go with this theory. All right, let's just play pretend that this is not totally batshit crazy. I said no F bombs. I didn't say no S bombs. Okay. In gun control has failed compilation. I said I showed how a gentleman reloaded his AR-15 in 300 blackout, I believe it was, with black powder. And he described it as GoX, the cheapest stuff you can get out there. Now, I may have butchered that quote a little bit. I'm okay with that. This is a real AR-15. I know because it's mine, and I went shooting last weekend. So mechanically, everything's fine. All right. His AR failed ish because it failed to cycle properly. Put the same kind of thinking behind an M1 Garand, an SKS, an AK-47 or 74, or I believe an M1 or 2 carbine, right? And basically, what you now have is a straight, excuse me, and deactivate somehow the uh, gas system or the self-loading system on SKS. I happen to know you take the gas tube off, put a plug in there, and you can even put the gas tube back on because it'd be a more comfortable grip that way. And now you essentially have a straight pull bolt action black powder rifle. This is actually a thing. The Swiss were particularly big for this during the the interwar and World War II era. Right? There's a lot of them out there. This is definitely a thing. So much so that I could even do it with this. You know about the AR. You know that this is the charging handle. Okay, and it's a little awkward to try to sight and keep your sight alignment and work the charging handle. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, Joseph. I want to emphasize this is loaded with snap caps, which means it can't go bang, right? Snap caps are used by armors to test functionality without the gun going bang specifically. But at any rate, right, I couldn't do it this way. Now, here's a curious detail. I did not own an AR-15 until after I got out of the service. Before that, I had owned a couple of handguns and an SKS, and that's it. I didn't want any more. Flash forward to I'm in the service, I'm getting training on the M16, which, while it's directly related to the AR, is not quite the same animal. All right. It's like the difference between a corgi and a collie, right? Yeah, they come from the same stock, but not the same animal. Okay. Remedial action. with an M16. Amongst other things, hit the forward assist if you think it's not in battery. Hit the magazine if you think maybe that's not aligned properly. Or, when all else fails, the hell? Oh, you now have a straight pull bolt action rifle. Yes, it's clumsy and it's stupid, and you're in deep shit. If you're using this thing as a straight pull, you're in for a world of hurt. Whoa! But it does work, as you can see. Oh, perhaps the fact that I'm cycling it manually is um, cheating the test. Well, let's just see. That was the hammer dropping down. Well, maybe it was a fluke. It should be the last round, by the way. Uh-oh. It just went click again. Yeah, that was the hammer dropping. Ooh, I had one more. Okay, good. Then let's test the fluke one more time. Oh dear. Yep, okay. Bolt lock open. Bolt hold open. As engaged, so this clip is empty. Okay. The following videos, you're going to see that banning black powder is not going to do you any good. Now you have to ban charcoal. Okay, are you really willing to ban charcoal? Are you willing to ban the other components? Hold on to that thought for a moment.
Hello there, good people. Hi, it's Jason with Green Country Agriforestry back in the backyard for yet another episode of Shed Wars. By the 16th and 17th centuries, the European states were very keen to get their hands on all the black powder they could get. They were so keen that collecting nitrate became one method that a person could go about paying their taxes. As a result, methods of procuring nitrates for that very purpose became fairly widely known. Alright, come on, people. Let me show you one of the methods that was used to collect nitrates. Right here, I've got a 55-gallon drum. And that will be taking carbonaceous material, typically would have been things like straw, but I'm going to use wood chips, filling up the barrel with that, and then loading it thoroughly with
saltpeter, man.
methods for nitrate production vary depending upon who you're asking. Some would use hardwood ashes along with the urine and straw or other carboniferous material, and others would wait until after the bacteria had done their work. Times used vary also. I think a lot of that has to do with, well, perhaps the environment or climate where the nitrate production was taking place. Maybe that here. I believe the essay from New York called for 10 months. my personal preference is a full year. I'll do 6 months of daily wetting and saturation, followed by an additional 6 months of allowing the mixture to cure, percolate, and decompose. And after that, we'll have some good black dirt. It won't be much. You see all this stuff here? It's only going to be down to about there whenever it's all done. We're going to go from about 50 gallons to about 10 gallons. Still quite a bit. Alright, so I've got 5 gallons here. This is about a week's worth. You can use urine diluted. I wouldn't use it full strength, maybe about 10 to 1 or even 20 to 1 as an occasional side dress in the garden. Of course, don't pour it right over your lettuce just before you harvest your lettuce. That would be gross. And of course, by the time this is done, it'll be all broken down anyway. But one must be certain not to accidentally spill it on themselves. I would prefer to do this 1 gallon at a time, but due to legal restrictions, I cannot show you the entire process of making black powder at this time, due to the licensing requirements to make black powder. I've looked into it. I would love to do it because I am a primitive arms enthusiast, and I would love to have a source of actual real black powder made here in the United States, so we don't have to import it from Germany and Switzerland. But the regulations that are necessary to be met to get the license to manufacture black powder here in the United States are exactly the same as the regulations needed to make high explosives. And I'm too close to the railroad. I have to be a bit further away from the railroad to be able to set up the magazines and do the other hoops that you have to jump through to make high explosives so I can make plain old black powder for historical reenactment purposes. I know, crazy, right? But I can show you how to make good garden soil. That's what we're doing today. The Shed Wars is, of course, not about aggression or hostility towards anyone. It's about helping each other learn better methods for getting more food out of less space, and that's a good thing. So,
if you found any part of this video informative or entertaining, please hit the like button.
now if you want to be like all the other squares out there on the internet, you could use this stuff, or you could use this stuff, or you could make your own. The things you're going to need to do this are some kind of ball mill, some lead media, some containers, and the obvious ingredients, potassium nitrate, charcoal, and sulfur. I have not been able to make fast black powder in under 8 hours of ball milling. So now you have real honest to goodness black powder, and you can use it for all kinds of things. But seeing how black powder firearms are my I'll put a picture of it. All I can say is I hope that there's somebody out there that found this educational and helpful. If there's anybody out there thinking of trying the same, give it a try. Works pretty good too. Until then, keep your powder dry.
Okay, so this next video, we see how a Jewish group during the anti-British sentiments in Palestine manufactured their own shell casings from lipstick cases. Yeah, this is not just some batshit crazy thing. It's been done before, and it wasn't one or two shell casings like uh, Farmcraft 101 did with some scrap from his project. No, no, no. This was industrial, factory level shell casings. All in all, I think I've demonstrated that banning ammunition is not going to happen either. Now, you're welcome to make the case. You're as welcome to make the case as you want, but I'm telling you, you're wrong. All right? Bare minimum, you make 1 million of a new caliber Wildcat, if you want to call it that, based around probably 9mm straight walled rimless version of 9mm. And you make a couple dozen of the auto only Mac 10s. Now what? Tell me what you're going to do next. Are you going to make it a death penalty crime? Are you going to make possession of charcoal and Hilties or whatever else you want to call them a death penalty crime? Are you willing to go there? I don't think you are. And I think if you had half a brain in your head, you'd understand this isn't going to work anymore. It's time to try something new. Keep calm and mandatory carry on.